trying to listen to me and understand my accent. So my questions, the workshop that we'll do, it's not coding, okay? It's just UX, UI, some design, okay? I'm not a designer, so I will give you tools how to actually get inspiration. Before we start, I will explain to you about Le Wagon. Le Wagon is a coding bootcamp. Probably know what's a coding bootcamp. So Le Wagon started 5 years ago in Paris with 5 students, and now we became one of the biggest coding bootcamp in the world. We have 34 locations in the world, and we have 1 location in Tel Aviv that we opened 1 year ago. The coding bootcamp is 9 weeks, 5 days a week, 10 hours a day. You learn everything from backend, database, front-end, and you do some projects. Let's start with the UI and UX design. So guys, this workshop, okay, is not for designer, okay, it's for people like you. You are all developers, right? Or developer to be. I hope so, yeah? Yeah, Model Marshall is tough, right? So my goal tonight is actually to give you the tool to design, okay, all the visual assets, the graphical assets that you can actually find on a website, on all the websites that you want to create. Most of you, or maybe some of you, want to actually create a product, be part of a startup. Maybe you have some idea that you want to create, and the best thing to do that is actually to have something look nice. Okay, like French people like nice stuff. Okay, we like it when it looks good. So it's really important for us to not put the design on the side and just say, okay, it's going to work. In the world of today, all the applications that you will create, all the clients that you will have, they know that it's going to work. Okay, the difference between you and the people who success is how your application look and how your application feel. Okay, it's perfect if you discover something that make the world a better place, but if it look like shit, nobody will use it. Okay? So, I speak with a lot of people who actually want to open, I speak with a lot of people who want to open or create a startup, and I hear a lot of people who say, okay, I'm not a designer, I want to hire a designer to actually create my UX, create my, I don't know if you use mockups, Figma or anything, to create my logo. I paid like $1,000 for this logo. I need a web designer to actually create my graphical identity. This is nuts. Okay, this is totally crazy. I'm sorry, I really like this slide. Everybody is okay, everybody understand me. If you think that I speak too fast, just go for it. I know it was in Hebrew, so. That's a small disclaimer. Okay, I don't think that the numbers are right. Okay, but every day online, okay, you can find so much services and so much tools that will actually help you find inspiration. Okay, when I mean find inspiration, you have to understand that it's just copy paste the work of other designers. Okay, but you need to choose it well, and you need to know where to find it. You will probably all create something new today, so please make it look nice. The first thing that I'm using most of the time when I'm actually starting to check for design collection is Product Hunt. Someone know about Product Hunt? Huh? So actually Product Hunt is a website, okay, that you can actually get all the new applications, the new designs out there. So let's go there to check it out. So I was looking actually for design on Product Hunt. Okay, you have a search bar there, probably see it. And let's say that I want to see the new design of Facebook. The internet is not really fast. That's problematic. Let's try again. Okay. So if I want to actually get some inspiration and check the work of other designers, I can. Yeah, the internet is really bad. Yeah, so you can actually check for the design, check for the new work of other people. Okay, I don't have a lot of time to show you everything, but there is really, really great stuff to see there. Okay? So what we're going to do today, first thing, find inspiration. Like I told you, I will show you where to copy paste the idea of other. Okay? Let's be clear. That's what I'm going to do today. But that's, if you know what to find and if you actually know to look for stuff, it's going to be a lot easier to actually create something. Because when you have an idea in your mind and you don't know how to create it, and you see that thousands of people did it before you, okay, it's a lot easier after that to create something on that. Second step is going to be find asset, and after that I will speak to you about our design rule of thumb in Le Wagon. Okay? So again, I'm sorry, I will tell that a lot. We are not born designer. We will just copy paste the work of other. I know that's tough to say, but we are just developers. So, what are we looking for? Okay, before you actually make a search online, okay, the big problem is that, let's say you have an idea, you still don't know what color scheme, you still don't know how your form will look like, you still don't know what button will look like, okay, there is a lot of stuff there is step actually that you need to take. First step, general inspiration, okay, or the big picture will look like, okay, first page, second page, how it's going to look like, more or less what's going to be the colors, logos, really basic stuff in the beginning. Okay. After that, UI component examples. Do you know what's a UI component? Someone has an idea of what's a UI component? Yeah. Be please more specific. Yeah, button. Yeah. Button, form, navbar. So after that, when you actually know what you're looking for, okay, after that you will check for small pieces. Okay, so it's going to be like a puzzle. You know what's a puzzle? Yes. So you're going to take this piece, you're going to put it next to the other, and you will hope that it's going to look nice. Web design example as well. So that's the last step to check it out if everything is going together and if everything is great. Okay? Perfect. Questions? Everything is good? English is good? Yes. No Hebrew? Perfect. Okay. Who knows Dribbble? Dribbble is amazing, right? Dribbble is actually where you can actually find everything you want about design. You just hear about GitHub, right? Yeah. So Dribbble is the GitHub for design. Okay? Let's go on Dribbble a bit. I like to see. Okay, so I don't know if you know it. But the logo of Le Wagon is a van. Okay, I don't know if you see it. By the way, we have some stickers that we can give you in the end of the lecture. So go for it if you want some stickers. Really nice sticker, hummus Le Wagon from Israel. So before we actually started Le Wagon, okay, we didn't know how the van will look like. Okay, it's really good. You have a van, you know that more or less in your mind you have a van, but how it's going to look like. So I'm going on Dribbble, and I will look for a van. Look at that. Look at that. You already have a small idea what your logo will look like, right? More or less. Let's try to find something else. Okay, you have to understand, guys. I know that for a developer, it can look like really funny. It's maybe annoying and everything when you are not coding in front of your computer. But this process is super fun. Really, like looking for other ideas after creating your own stuff. When you go out with something new and something nice, okay, you're super proud of it. So, let's look for something else. You know what's a combi?
Combi?
A combi. Combi is the is the Volkswagen van. So let's look for a combi. Actually, I really want to find, yeah, that's the Le Wagon van. Like you see it. Yeah, and that became actually our logo after some time. It started with that, and it's gonna be probably that soon in our website. So you have a logo, you have more or less the color scheme. You start to understand what's happening, and that's super good. So let's say now that you know that on your app, okay, you will have some icon set, okay? Every app today, I think we are in 2019, every app has a set of icons that you want to use. So let's look for a set of icons. On Dribbble, the good thing is that sometimes you can actually just copy paste it and use it as your icons as well. So this one looks nice actually. Let's be more specific because I don't think that set of icons can be. Let's say who like food? Yeah. Icons. Yes. Okay, by the way, let's say that you want to open a restaurant, okay? You want some icons, okay? That can be a really, really nice choice for you. And that's free, you can actually download it and you can use it on your website. Okay? So you don't need to sit hours and hours and hours just to find something new, okay? Just to actually create a new set of icons. Creating a set of icons probably took this guy probably 6 months. Okay, let's continue. Questions? Now, we spoke about inspiration for UI. So like this nice guy told us, yeah, you. What's your name by the way? Ben. Nice to meet you, Ben. So, like Ben said, a UI component can be like a part of your website, okay? So there is actually website, like call to ID, I will go there. Guys, please take a pen and put all the website that I'm giving to you like on a pen, on a paper, like that you can actually take it after that and reuse it, because, thank you, man. So call to ID. Okay, so this website is super nice because you can actually look for a set of components. Like you see, if you are looking for a 404 page, okay, you can go here. And look at that. You have a 404 page already built in. And that's actually super nice. See if you can download it. So let's look for something called a form. Everybody know what a form is? Okay, I think as a web developer for me, okay, creating a form is really a pain, okay? Because you don't want to look it too boring, and you don't want to look it too flashy, because in the end of the day, all of the people who actually fill a form, the only thing that they want is to finish it. So just like write the name, write everything, and finish the form. So you want something in the middle. You want something not too exciting, but exciting at the same point. So let's try to find one like that. We have no luck today. Everything looks really bad. This one is nice. This one is really clear. Okay. One of my rule of thumb is actually don't be crazy with colors. Okay. Just choose one set of color and stay with shade of grays and black. Okay. Let's continue. There is something as well called UI movement. Okay, it's exactly the same thing as the as call to ID, but with movement. Okay, so it's actually quite super. It's really nice because everybody in the world is going to JavaScript. I think that JavaScript is a great tool to have, and JavaScript is the only language that can do that. Okay, and obviously React, Angular, Vue, and all of that, but JavaScript. Okay, so that's actually quite amazing when you look at it. I really believe that this form is really beautiful. I don't know you, but that can be a nice feature on your website. Okay.
That's like the whole page and the UX of that page. I can just get it and just embed my own code into that, or it's just like an example for inspiration. I can actually download that and use that inside my application.
For now, we're just looking for inspiration.
So it's not. I can't.
No, you cannot get the code. You cannot get the code. No. But after that, in the actually in like few minutes, I will show you a website that you can do that. Okay, that you can actually, you have the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you can just copy paste the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you have the component on your application.
You're referring to Bootstrap?
No, Bootstrap is just a framework of HTML and CSS and some JavaScript with Bootstrap 4. But I'm talking about something called CodePen that I will show you. In a few moments. Guys, for those who actually like design and website design, okay, there is a website called, I know, like I told you, it's going to be a full I will give you at least like 20 websites today, so just go over them because it's really nice after that to get some inspiration. This one is one of the best for me. I really love design. I think design is really nice. I don't know how to do it, but I like to look at it. So Award is one of the websites that you can actually, it's a bit like, how to explain that? So let's say that a new company is putting their new website on this app, okay? What's going to happen is people are going to vote, and every month you will have a winner. And the most beautiful design website will be on the first page. I'll show you how it looks. So, mobile site of the week, let's see. Okay, it's totally new for me. Let's check how it looks. So for me that looked quite amazing actually. I don't know if you, I will show you that. But the app is totally responsive. The design is amazing. You see something? So this is the kind of website that you can actually use if you have, let's say, if you work for a photograph, if you work for a film company or stuff like that. Okay, this is the kind of website that you want to have. Okay, let's say like, if you want to go on Netflix. Okay, the website on Netflix is quite amazing because there is a lot of designers that work on it, and that's the website of the week actually. Okay, we start with the good part. So like I told you, there is a lot of resources. Okay, after that I will send you, you will get the list of all the resources that we are using. So guys, what's a graphical assets? Colors, image, icon, fonts, code snippet, and gadgets. Okay, so we'll go over how to actually look for this graphical assets. The first thing to use is actually a color picker. Okay, let's say that you're on the website. Okay, let's go on Le Wagon website. Okay, so that's actually our website, and I really like this orange red. Okay, and I want to use it on my website. But the only way to actually use it on your website, you need the exact hexadecimal code to do it, right?
Yeah.
You know, there is no way that you can reuse the color. So there is a tool, okay, called PicColor, okay, that you can actually download on your Chrome. It's a Chrome extension, okay. If I'm clicking, okay, on PicColor front page, okay, I can go with my mouse, and let's say that I want this red. No. Yeah. Yeah, it's here. Yeah. So if I want to get this red, okay, I can actually click on it, and when I click on it, okay, it saves it. Yeah. Okay. That's the only way to actually show you that I actually have the hexadecimal code. Okay, and I can just copy paste this code. Okay, put it anywhere in my code. And after that, you have your color. So let's say that you're going on the website, you love a color, okay? Yes?
What's the name of the extension?
Color picker. Okay? So that's a very good tool if you want to look for colors as well. So before that it was ColorZilla, and they changed the name to Color Picker. There is something for those who have Mac and like to pay money called SIP. SIP is amazing as well, okay? But I think it's something like $20 or $30, something like that. Most of the people don't want to pay for that. Now there is like two websites that I really love to go, okay, when I'm looking for a palette of color. Okay, you have to understand that when you are looking for a graphical asset, okay, what you want is a set of colors that going good together. Okay, it's a bit like when you're dressing. Okay, you will not put yellow with green. Okay, it look like. So you don't want that. You want a set of colors that's going together and that's gonna make your graphical asset look nice. So there is something called Color End and Colors. Okay.
You said this is available only for Mac or is it the web? Just the
No,
web?
no, that's online. The SIP is just for Mac.
Ah,
Okay, but you can use Color Picker to actually. Okay, so Color is actually a very fancy application that creates a set of color for you. So let's say that you want to go with this red. This red looks really nice. I can lock it, okay? And if I press on space, what's going to happen is going to look for, like, there is an algorithm behind that actually look for colors to go well together. So the way I do it, I always like clicking. When I find something nice, I lock it, and after that I look for the rest of the colors. Okay? And after that, when I finish, I have 5 colors that I can use on my app. Okay? And I have my set of colors. Okay? So like I told you in the beginning, you don't need to pay 1,000 shekel US dollar on the thing, but let's say 10,000 shekel to pay for a graphic designer. You can do it yourself. There is a lot of resources that you can have out there. So there is something else called Color Hunt as well. You can look. We don't have enough time to look for that, but it's really nice.
it's exactly the same way.
It's more or less the same, yeah, but it's giving you more colors and more color palettes. And there is this website that's a very nice website to go. Okay, so this guy is a developer. Okay, he created an algorithm. I think it's with Python, with data science. He created actually an algorithm that will look for all the colors on Dribbble, okay, and create like the most used color online. Okay, so it means that, let's say that the most trendy color at the moment are this one, the one in the middle. Okay, so that's really nice if you want something more mainstream, that you don't want to look for your color, but you really look for something with actually quite classic or at the moment. Okay? Second resource that we can actually look for is images. Okay? Today there is a lot of websites that you can use to actually look for image. Let's start by Flick.
It's a free use image?
On Flickr you have two kinds. Okay, Pexel is more selective than Flickr. Flickr you have everything. Okay, you can go. Okay, you can open an account, take a selfie of you and put it on Flickr. So sometimes you find very good stuff and sometimes you find like really bad stuff. So
No need to mention the photographer?
what?
There is no need to mention the photographer?
Yeah, yourself. So if you have an account,
If I take someone else's picture?
no, it's doing it automatically. So let's say that you have an account. You're uploading some photos on your account. If someone is getting your photo, you see it. So let's go on Flickr. So let's say that I want to look for a picture of Paris. Obviously. Here on the side, okay, there is something called any license. Okay, if you want a free picture, there is something called All Creative Commons. Okay, you go there, and like you see, the quality of the photo is going down because it's not paid anymore. Okay, it's free. So all the picture, you can actually take them. Let's say that I want a picture of Notre Dame. Very beautiful place, by the way. You can just click here, and you can download the picture and use it on your website. It's totally free. Okay? If you want something more selective, like I told you, Pexels is amazing. Okay, you work exactly the same, but everything is free. Okay? Let's say that I want Tel Aviv. Okay, you can actually take the picture that everybody on all the websites in Israel are using. This one. Okay, you can actually take it. There is a way to actually buy the license or look for free images. Okay? And let's say that's the last thing about images. That you want, you have a prototype, you still don't know what image to put. Okay? There is something called Unsplash It. You know Lorem Ipsum? Yeah. Okay, so it's exactly the same thing, but for photo. Okay, so you just take the link. There is a tag in HTML, URL, something. Okay, you take the link, you put it inside, and you can actually just look for the size of the photo. And each time you reload the page, okay, it's going to be something new. Okay? So let's say I'm reloading again. So let's say that I want to change the size. Okay, so here is going to be the size of the picture in pixels. There, you see it in the link.
Yes.
Okay, so you can actually choose the picture that you want. And let's enter that and change it. You see? So each time you're going to reload the website, when they reload the cache in the back, you will change the picture and the size will be exactly the size that you want.
What is the source? You said it's Unsplash It?
Unsplash It. That's the website. Actually, I think they changed the name. Now it's Pixum Photos. Okay, but if you look for unsplash.it, okay, you will be directly redirected to this website. So you just copy paste the link here. Okay, you put the link on your website, and you have like a free photo, the size that you want, that's reloading all the time. So that's super nice for people who don't know what to put. So they just put a place order, and most of the time the pictures are nice. Guys, you have some questions? The resource as well that I want to talk about tonight, it's the icons. Okay, today I think it's really complicated to find a set of icons that go together. Okay, it's really nice if you find one icon there, one icon there, one icon there, but if they don't go to the other, it's again doesn't look good. So there is two big websites. First one is the historic website. It's the first actually I think it's the first website that actually gives you the possibility to download icons online for free. But the big problem is that it's just in black and white. Okay, so if you are looking for black and white icons, the Noon project is the website. And if you look for set of icons, and we're gonna go to Icon Store right now. Okay, let's say that I want to do, I want to create a website on Star Wars. There is no result on Star Wars, that's weird.
Try Star Wars.
Yeah, okay. So let's say that I want to set of icon on Star Wars. I can actually open that and download the set of icons. Okay, I just click here and I can reuse it on my website. Okay, so if you want to get icons of food, icons of, I don't know, download stuff or upload, or there is like set of regular icons that everybody is using, like download, locations, drop downs, all these small icons that you have on all the websites, they are actually all the same. So that's the way to get them. That's the way to get actually a set that all the icons look more or less the same. Okay, so the tool for the font as well. Okay, it's exactly the same as the color. Okay, so it's a Chrome extension called Font Face Ninja. Let's say that you're on a website, you really like a font, okay, and you don't know what's the name of the font, so you can, let's go back on, let's do that here. So you click here, wake up. Sorry guys, the internet is really slow. Okay, so let's say that you want to actually check a font. Okay, you just click on the extension. After that, you put your mouse on the font that you want to look for. Okay, and you have the font, the weight, the color, and the size. Okay. So again, the name is Font Face Ninja. There is as well a website if you want to check it out. To get actually the font, there is two ways. First one is to go on Google Fonts. Okay, on Google Fonts you can go get the font that you want. You have a line of code that you put on the metadata of your website, and after that you can actually get the font that you want. Google Font is totally free. Okay, so that's a good thing, but it's limited because everybody is using Google Font, and if you don't want your website to look like any other website, you can go on My Fonts and pay for it. It can be very expensive paying for the fonts, I'm telling you already, because let's say that you want the bold version, you want the regular version, you want the light version, each time it's like $50 or $60. So if you want all the versions, it's going to cost you like $200 or $300 just for fonts. Okay, it's actually quite crazy. So I just want to show you, for the people who actually don't know Google Fonts. You have some web developer here? Yeah, you're the... Thank you, Ben. Someone else? You as well? Starting? So you probably already use that, okay? This is something, if you're creating a website tonight, okay? for tonight, tomorrow, for the hackathon. If you are creating a website, you can actually look for a font. Let's say that I like the Lato font. Okay, Lato font is really, really used. Okay, I can click on the plus here. Okay, and here there is the link that I can use on my metadata to actually get the font. Okay, on the side there is the load time. Okay, so that's super important to actually check that the load time is fast. Let's say that I want to customize that and I want to put, let's say, the light, the bold, the black, the italic. Okay, the load time is changing. So you need to really get used to it and always stay with a light version.
What is the meaning of load time again?
So when you're actually loading your website, okay, the first thing that happening is that the metadata is getting the information from Google Font.
So it's getting the resources from this?
It's downloading the font.
I can download it, I have to direct it over there?
No, you can actually download it. There is a way to download it. There is a way to download it and put it inside the assets of your website. But most of the people don't do that and they just use this line. Okay, that they put in the metadata, and here you have the Lato and the weight of the font itself. Okay, so it means that here you can use the font family Lato with 400 weight. Okay. Guys, someone know what's a linear gradient? So linear gradient is actually quite nice. I think it's in trend now. So there is a website called UI Gradient that I want to show you as well. Okay, so this website is a very, very good way to actually create gradients. Gradients mean that you start with one color, okay, and you go to another one. Okay, on the website, it looks amazing. Okay, really, I really believe that the background with a gradient color look really nice. It looks always really nice. So you can choose your colors, okay. You can choose your colors, the color that you want, okay, and after that you can, or you get the JPEG, or you can actually get the CSS. So when you get the CSS, you go here, and here you have the background. Okay? So you just copy paste that, you put that on the background of your website, and you have a very beautiful background with a gradient color.
So that's only for background like shades?
That's linear gradient. That's one of the things. There is a lot of stuff that you can do actually. There is
that's the meaning of the gradient?
What?
That's the meaning of gradient? Like
the meaning of gradient meaning that you start with one color, okay, and you go to another one. You can as well look for the rotation of the gradient, okay, if you want it like looking like that or other way, okay, and after that you can just get the CSS and copy paste it on your application.
You have round gradients?
Yes, I think there is one. Not on this website, but I think there is one here. So that you like this one or just this one. Okay, and after that you can reuse it and put it on your application. So someone asked me for the code. So to be able to actually get a component and use the code. So there is something called CodePen. Okay, I think CodePen is one of the tools that I'm using every day. Okay, so let's say that I want to look for a form. Okay, I want a nice form to put on my website. I have really no energy to actually start to look for designer, and I don't want to do it myself. I don't want to do the CSS. I have no energy for the JavaScript. I'm going here. This one. Okay, so that's the form. Okay, so it's compiling here. Okay, it's compiling on the same page. You have already everything. Here it's with jQuery, CSS, and HTML. Okay, you can just copy paste the code. Okay, change the color if you want, change a bit of the jQuery, and you have a very, very, very nice form. Okay, you have to understand that all of that is totally free. Most of the people that are using this app, okay, are doing that for free and are doing that for fun. It's a bit like GitHub when you are providing to a code. So that's super nice if you don't know how to do a form or if you have no energy for CSS. Most of us don't. So let's say that there's a lot of stuff you can actually, the funny thing is that you can actually look for a landing page and it will give you a landing page. There's a lot of landing page on this website and you can just copy paste the code and it's totally free. Okay, most of the template that you will use cost money. You don't want that. In France, we don't like to spend money. Okay, let's continue. So I will start with my design rule of thumb. Okay, so that's super important for me to explain you that. When you start on a project, you have an idea, you have the product, you have more or less what's gonna happen. Okay, but you don't know what's your graphical identity. Okay, don't beat around the bush. One day is enough. Okay, you can just look for all these resources. And in one day, okay, you can actually get your graphical identity. You start with the colors, after that the font, the logo, and you can actually do that in one day. There is some people, by the way, okay, we have a lot of people that we're working with who looked for their graphical identity for weeks, okay, and their idea didn't move in the end. So the startup didn't move, nothing moved, just because they didn't know what font to choose and what logo to choose. Okay? Just get an idea, stick to it. An example of our color identity is that. So we have like the Persian red with D2333. That's more or less the color that we are using on our website and on all of our graphical assets. So like I told you, you can go on colors, look for 4 or 5 colors and stick to it. The font as well. The font that we were using back then is Avnir. Okay. So like I told you, we paid for the font. It costed a lot of money, it cost like 600 euros just for the font because we took like the bold, we took the light, we took all the versions. The spelling is super important. Okay, there is no way that I will spell Le Wagon like that. Or le wagon like that, le wagon like that, le wagon like that. It's just this way. When you have a product, okay, stick to the way that you are calling to your startup. If your startup name is David with a big D and a big A, stick to it. You have to understand that the font is really important, but the ratio is super important as well. There is a way in CSS, okay, to actually font size for sure. Letter spacing is really important. Okay, I can show you something. Then I'm going on Le Wagon again. Okay, so I'm getting okay, look the difference, okay, between a letter spacing 2 pixels, okay, and let's say a letter spacing 1 pixel. Okay, the difference is crazy. Okay, we are using minus something, I don't remember actually, it's minus 0.8, okay, just because it's a lot more bodyful when that's the regular font, okay, I don't know if you see, but that's the regular font with a 0 letter spacing, so that's the font that come out of the box. Okay? If you put just -1 pixel, I really believe that this font look a lot better. Okay? So that's a detail that people will actually see. Okay? It doesn't look much when you code it, but when you actually see it and when you read the content, okay, it's changing something. Look, it look a lot better like that. There is something as well, okay, if you want to be stingy. There is a website called FontSQL. Okay, you can take the TTF. So the TTF is the version of the font. Okay, it's the type of the file. You can load it on this website, and it will convert it to web version. Okay, so you don't need to pay for the desktop and the web version itself. Okay. There is something super important as well, is the contrast of your text. If you are using the same font, you can actually use bold and a bit light after that. Again, don't play fancy with colors. Stay with shade of grays. Don't think we have time anymore. Yeah. Go check Medium. These guys are the best as using font. Their website is super simple, and they are using a lot of type of fonts. And actually, it's one of the most beautiful websites out there for content. Like I told you, the design, FedEx, it's really together. No more starter stock, okay? Stop putting picture of a girl next to her computer with a cat or a cup of coffee. That looks like shit, okay? Everybody is doing that. Stop that, try to find something more. Make it personal. Guys, add filters on your pictures, okay? Don't leave it like that. If you put a text on a picture, we can read it. If you just put a text on the picture, most of the time you cannot see shit, okay? Good design is the one you don't notice, okay? So, that's ugly, you see it? The radius? That's nice. Yeah? That's ugly. That's nice, okay? By the way, it's border radius 5 pixels, okay? For those who need that. That's the worst, I think. People do, I think that's Windows 95 case. You don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. That's nice, okay? And again, okay, last thing before I leave you, okay, because I want you to do something nice. That looks like shit, again, okay, that's not the same size. That's really not the same size, and there is a lot of websites that the icons are not the same size. Okay, so don't do that, don't do this mistake. Same proportion. Thank you very much.